This conference will now be recorded.
Our topic is event. Event in Lightning Aura. Okay. Event definition is it is an interaction with the browser. Okay. How we are going to interacting with the browser is nothing but while loading the page or when we will click on the command button means we are interacting with the browser. So that is nothing but I mean how we are going to generate a event. Okay, that is nothing but how we are going to generate a event. There are two types of event. One is component type event and application type event. Okay, what is the purpose of events? Why we have to go with the event is nothing but so suppose we have one requirement. For that requirement we are writing more logic in the same lightning component. Okay, whenever we are adding more tags and more controller functions and helper function, then we will get a performance issue while loading or some other thing. We will get a performance issue. Okay, to improve the performance, we will split the logic into multiple components. We will split the logic into multiple components. When we split the logic into multiple components, we will take the output from one component, and that output we have to pass to another lightning component as a input. Okay, we are passing the data. We are passing the data. To pass the data, then we are going and use the events. Okay, to pass the data from one component to another component, here we are using the event. Okay, that is nothing but component type event. How to implement the component type event is nothing but, for example, go to here. First we created one event. This is an event. While creating an event, it will show the application type event, but we make changes as a component type event. Which event we created yesterday? This is our component type event. Okay, how to open the existing one? Go to your file, open lightning resource only. Okay, go to your file, open lightning resource, go to here event component, click on this one. This is our component type event. How we had say it is a component type event is nothing but type is equals to component. If application type event is nothing but type is equal to application type event. Okay, then the next one is why we are trying to creating an event here to pass the data only, right? How we will pass the data? So first of all we have to store into attributes. How to declare the attributes is nothing but general. How we will declare in the lightning component, like that only based on our requirement we will declare. Here we declared one variable that is nothing but description, and here the type is nothing but a string. Okay, type is nothing but a string. This is my event. After that what we did, we created one lightning component. Okay, this is my lightning component. In this lightning component what we did, we created one command button. Okay, at the component level we created one command button. We created one command button. From the command button, we are passing our request to the controller. From the controller we are passing our request to the helper. From the helper we are communicating with the server. From the server it will communicating with the Apex class, and it will perform the business logic inside the method. Finally it will give the result. That result it will back to the helper. Here once we will get the result, that result we have to set into this particular attribute. Why we have to set? Because of by using this event we are making communication between the two components. So by using this event we are making communication between these two components. Okay, so here this is the result. This result we have to set into this particular event. So how to set is nothing but first we have to register the event. How to register the event is nothing but this is the tag. Okay, this is the aura colon register event. Name is equals to any name, it doesn't matter. Type is equals to this is a event name. Which event we declare, that is a event name. In the previous session we created one lightning component, right? This is my lightning component. Go and open that lightning component. Go to here, file, open lightning resource, and see here, open lightning resource. This is a lightning component. Go to here, component, click on this one. See, we created one button here, and before that what we did, we are registered the event. Means we are telling to the lightning component, from here only event it will fire. Which event? This event only it will fire. So here whenever user click on this particular button, see here what we are doing, we are passing our request to the controller from the helper. Finally it will give the result to the helper from the server side method. So fire component type event, see here fire component type event, we are passing our request to the helper. Here this is a helper. In the helper what we are doing, see generally we are communicating with the server side method, pass the parameter, then it will execute, and the method, I mean, so here what we will do, method it will give the result, right? But here what we are doing is we are hard coding these values. We are hard coding. So generally we will use response dot get return value, right? So but here we are not communicating with any server. So we are directly hard coding the value. Where we are trying to hard coding in the event, which event? So at the component level we register, right, component dot get event, the reference. Then in that event we are setting the parameter. This is the description. For this description we are setting this value. So once we set, then what we have to do, so then we have to tell to the event, who are listening, okay. Then you have to notify all those component who are listening. You have to notify all those component. That is nothing but component event dot fire. Then then we declared one more component. What is this component? Is nothing but this one. Go to here, open lightning component. Here, open lightning component. This is the parent component. This is my component. Here, this is my component. Okay, here handler name is equals to component event. This is the same event name. Here it will fire this particular action. In this action what we will do is go to here. Then whatever the business logic we want, we will just go on the perform. Okay, go to here. This is my business logic. See here, handler event dot get param. Okay, then see, go to here, handler event dot get param. Here it is not a message, right? What is ours? Here ours is a description, right? This is our description, right? Here we are passing, this is a description. Okay, this description what I will do, I will just go on to declare one variable here. Go to here, go to here, go to here, aura colon attribute attribute name is equals to okay, information info from the child or message from the child. This is my variable name. And type is equals to string. Okay, we declared one variable here, one attribute here. What I will do, I will take this variable. Okay, ATT, right? Okay, we declare this variable, right? Then what I will do, so in here I will get whatever the data we are getting from this another child component, right? component dot component dot set param see here v dot this variable name dot I am trying to setting into here. Try to save this one. Okay, now what I will do, I will display this data. Okay, lightning. Okay, directly I'm trying to display. Okay, information from child. Child is okay. I will directly display that attribute v dot this attribute. See here, we are doing nothing. Okay, everything we know here. So in the helper, what we are doing, we are taking this event. First of all, we are registered the event. By using this reference, we are getting into this variable. Okay, in this variable we are setting the data. Once we set the data, then what we have to do? We have to tell to the event who are listening, then we have to pass this message. How we are telling? By using this component event.file. See here, we are getting a event which we registered at the component level. By using that reference, we are setting the parameters. We are setting the parameter that is nothing but a description. So this here we are hard coding. We are hard coding this value. Then we are firing that particular event. Okay. Once this event it will fire, what it will do? Who are listening? So this component is listening, right? Go to here. This component is listening, right? So how we will see it is a listener. Here it is using handler. Handler name is equal to this one, event is equals to this one, action is equals to this one. Okay, so it will call automatically. Yes, it is listening. Then what it will do? It will perform that particular action. It will call that particular action. Yes, once it will call, then what we have to do? We have to receive that message, right? We have to receive that message. So that's why here we are using event dot get param. Event dot get param method here we are using. Event dot get param method we are using, and we are receiving the variables attributes from the event. This is the attribute which we declared in the event, right? So this is nothing but we are storing into message variable. Then we are storing into again in this variable. This variable we are trying to declare, I mean displaying. So this is, see here, this is one component and this is another component. There is no connection, right? But what we discussed, component type event, it will applicable in the same hierarchy means child to parent only, right? We want to pass the data, then we have to use child to parent, right? So then what we have to do is C colon. What is our child component? That child component we have to include like this. See, I'm trying to calling my child component like this. This is a parent one, and this is one component. Inside this component, I am trying to calling one more component, means this is a parent component and this is a child component. So finally, what we are doing like this. Okay. So this is one component, means this is a parent component. This is one component, and inside this one we are included another components here. We included another component C colon another component we included. This is another component we included, right? So now what we are doing here, one event is occurring. One event, how this event is occurring? By using command button. Once click on the command button, what we are doing? So we are going to the controller to the helper. From the helper, what we are doing? So here we already declared one event. Okay, we declared one event here. In the event, we declared one attribute. So whatever the result is there, that result we are storing into this attribute. Once we store that result into the attribute, then what we are telling? Who are listening? Who are listening? This parent is listening, right? This parent is listening, and it will immediately notify, boss, I got input. Then you have to ready to work. You have to start your process. You have to start your process. How we are telling the parent component? How we are telling the parent component? By using this one. By using this fire command, we are telling the parent component, I am giving the result to the event. Then you have to start your process. So then so in the event we are storing that data. Then event it will notify the parent component. How it will notify the parent component? How it will notify the parent component? See here, this is handler here we are using. Okay, handler here we are using. So we declared two components, and after that we created one event, and after that we make a connection. This is a parent component and we will call it as a child component. Now we have to test this one. How to test? This is not related to any object, right? See, I am not included any object. This is for our understanding purpose, right? For our understanding purpose. So suppose we want to test any lightning component independently. Independently, sometimes in interview also they will ask. Suppose you want to test the lightning component independently. How you are going to test means we will just go and create apps, new lightning application. What I'm trying to say is here you have to observe. In this component also we are not interacting with any object. In this component also we are not interacting with any object. Okay, so this is for our understanding how events it will fire, how event it will work. Now we have to test these two components. These two components we have to test. How to test? How to test is nothing but we have lightning application is there. New lightning application. Okay, test. See here, test. Any name, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to creating lightning application. Okay, I'm trying to creating lightning application for my testing purpose. Here you have to observe, create a bundle with any of the following configuration. Suppose I will not check what it will happen. Suppose I will check what it will happen. Suppose in interview also sometimes they will ask, while creating a lightning application we have one checkbox, what is that? So this is lightning out checkbox. What is the purpose of this checkbox is nothing but this lightning application we can use outside of the Salesforce also. Outside of the Salesforce. Suppose I will not check means no, no, we can't use. Okay, we can't use. Okay, suppose we will use this lightning application outside means, for example, I want to call my lightning component from the visual force page also. Yes, so first we have to create one application. This application is, we have to check this particular checkbox, then we have to include this lightning application in our visual force page, so finally, why we are using this one? Suppose we want to use this Lightning application of the Salesforce, outside of the Salesforce, or suppose we want to call from the Visual Force pages also. Yes, we have to check this particular checkbox. Click on the submit button. So click on the submit button. See here, this is my application. Here you have to observe. Here you have to observe Lightning out app automatically it is came because of we created that application. We checked that particular checkbox. Then what I will do is I will just go and use a Lightning. Sorry, C colon C colon. I will call my parent component. I will call my parent component. See here. I will call I will call my parent component. We are creating one lightning application. Why we are creating lightning application means for testing purpose. Okay, for testing purpose we are trying to creating. So we just created two components for event demo. So to testing purpose, so for testing purpose, it's not related to any object. So that's why we created an application here. Okay, while creating an application, we have one checkbox. That checkbox we checked. What is the purpose? This lightning application we can use anywhere. Suppose we want to call this lightning application from the visual force page. Yes, suppose we want to call the lightning component from the visual force page. Yes, we can call, but first we have to create one application. By using this application we have to call. Okay, by using this application we have to call. Just remember that information, that is enough. Okay, you have time, we will just go through that. Okay, and now we created this application, right? We created this application. Now go to here, in the right hand side we have preview is there, right? Click on this preview, click on this preview, click on this preview. I think it is still loading. Lightning out app action failed. E colon lightning app. One second. It is still loading. Okay, one second. It is not like that. You can use any name here, it doesn't matter. I don't know why it is taking more time. Let's see some other application. We will see. Yeah, click on this one. Here it is coming. E colon. Okay. Extents is equal to force SLDS. Go to here. What we use? Okay. This one we have to use. Okay. Okay. Extents is equal to force SLDS. Click on this one. Yeah. Maybe that is the problem. Here we are using one extents. Okay. That is the problem, I think. Okay. Here we are using this one. Now I am going to test. Okay, before testing, what I will do is go to parent component. This is my parent component, right? This is my parent component. What I will do is I will just go and put lightning. Okay, lightning colon card title is equals to parent. Okay, this is parent. This is a parent component. Parent component. Okay, this is a parent component. Try to save this one. Now what I will do, go to the child component, go to component. Here also I am just putting lightning colon for our understanding, which is card title is equals to child. Okay, child lightning colon button. Okay, child one. This is a child component. Child component. Finally, try to save this one. Now what I will do, I will just go and test it. Okay, everything is fine. Just we use this extension is equal to force colon SLDS. Actions is equal to force colon SDLs. And now what I will do, will just go and click on this update preview. Suppose I will not use, also it doesn't matter. Okay, I will not use, also it doesn't matter. See what it will happen. Suppose I will not use. Okay, click on this update. It is coming, but it is not coming in a proper format, right? See here, the look and feel is different, right? It is not coming in the proper format. That's why here what we will do is we will use SLDS tags. We will use SLDS, control Z, force colon SLDS tags, we will use it. Now click on this update preview. Click on this update. Here you have to observe this is a parent component and this is a child component. Okay, when I will click on this update button, means we are performing an event in the child component. Okay, we are performing an event in the child component. Here you have to observe in the parent component that information it will receive. Enter into child controller. Okay, see here and enter into child controller. 1 second. What is our message? Now coming into here. Now click on this update preview. Click on this update preview. This is not our application, right? Yeah. Now coming into here. Update preview. Click on this update preview. Here you have to observe. This is a parent component, right? This is a parent component. This is our child component, right? This is child component button, right? Click on this one. Click on this one. Component dot set param is not a function. Okay. Some problem is there. What is the problem is here event dot some syntax error. Okay, I will fix that. I will fix that. 1 second. Component dot set param. Okay. Here it is coming like this. In child component. 1 second. I will fix that. X component to controller. Okay. Not this one. Go to X component helper component dot set params. This is the same syntax, right? Then okay. Child component whenever an event occurred, go to here, click on this one, component one parent. A syntax error is coming. Component one parent. This is my parent component. Here controller. Go to here controller. Okay, button is fine. Now go to here. Component dot set param. Okay.
Maybe that plus is making some problem
Where
here
is the
that
where
we
is the
have
plus?
in here
One
there is
sec.
code.
Yeah, we'll go through that. Component dot set. Okay, set param. Okay. Second. Component dot set. We are using set param. Okay. Here you have to observe where is our component. Parent component 01, right? Yeah. So go to here, parent component, go to here. I'm using component dot set param. Okay. Component dot set. Okay, now we have to refresh this. Where is our application? Yeah. Go to here, refresh this. Click on the child button. See here now it is coming, right? I'm using set param. Okay, it's not set param, component dot set. Now we got it. Any questions on this one? See, I'm click on the child bar. This is my component, parent component, and inside the parent component we included the child component. In the child component we included this button. When we click on this button, what exactly it will happen? What exactly it will happen? Yeah. What exactly it will happen whenever we will click on this button? What exactly it will go to the controller. From the controller it will go to the helper. It will connect with the server. From the server it will perform the business logic. It will give the result back. This result it will coming into the helper, right? So here what we are doing, once we are getting the result, that result we created one event here. In the event we declared one attribute. In that attribute we are setting. Okay. Once we set that, then what we are doing? We are passing this message to the parent component. We are passing this message to the parent component. How parent component will receive? It has to subscribe. It has to subscribe to this event. So how means aura colon handler and name event is equals to this event, and then immediately it will also perform action. So once it will perform an action, in this action what we are doing? We are receiving this particular data, whatever the data. That data here I am trying to displaying here. That data here we are trying to display. Click on the child button. See here. Here we are passing the data from child component to parent component. Any questions on this one? Any confusion? Here you have to observe. Okay. Once again go to here. Event. What is my event? This is my event. We will go one by one. Go to here. Open Lightning resource. This is an event, right? Go to here. This is an event. Aura colon event type is equal to component. So component type event, here we declared one attribute. My attribute name is description and this is nothing but string. Now what we are doing, we are creating one lightning component here. Go to here, file, open lightning resource, go to here, go to here, there is a space. This is my child component, right? In the child component also what we are doing, we just created one button. Then what we are doing, we are registering an event here. We are registering an event here. Okay, we are registering an event here. Okay, this event we registered. Once click on this one, we are passing normal logic helper. From the helper it is communicating with the business logic. Finally that result we have to set. But here what we are doing, we are directly hard coding here this value. We are directly hard coding this value. Generally, we will use response.get return value. So once we set it to this particular attributes which is defined in the event, we have to fire that one. Then what the parent component? Parent component, yes, this is handler means it will receive. It will receive once it will receive here it you have to observe. It will fire this particular method. This is a method, and in this method what we are doing? We are trying to set that whatever by using event to dot get param we are getting that data we are getting. Then we are setting into our local variable. This is my local variable. That local variable I am trying to displaying here. Finally, how we are testing? How we are testing? Okay, we are testing. We created one application. We created one application. In that application, I am trying to calling the parent component. We are trying to calling the parent component. So we are passing the data from child to parent. We are passing the data from child to parent. Okay. Any questions on this one? In the previous session, we discussed one example, right? Detail page button. Detail page button, what we are doing? This is detail page button, right? Or quick action, right? Once user click on this button, it is coming into the controller. From the controller, it is going to the helper. It is connecting to the server. It is performing the business logic. Finally, it is giving the result, right? That result here we are displaying, right? So that result we are displaying, right? So once we display that result, user he will select that result and he will update, right? Two transactions we are performing, right? So this result we will set in another component, right? From this other component we will implement this logic, right? So whatever previously we discussed that quick action example that we will implement by using component type event, right? You can try that one. If you have any issues, then let me know. Okay. And now coming into application type event. Application type event is nothing but only one difference. Only one difference. You're coming into parent component. I'm trying to including here, right? I'm trying to including here, right? So no need to include. Whenever you are coming into the application type event, no need to include. Mean there is no relationship. There is no relationship. If there is no relationship, then how we are going to call is nothing but whatever the application is there, right? Here only we will call. From here we will call it. From here we will call it. That's why it's not in the same hierarchy. So within the application or outside the application, suppose we want to pass the data, then we have to go with the application type event. If there is those two components are in the same hierarchy, we will pass the data from child to parent, then we will just go and use component type event. Component type event. Any question now coming into 1 second? Coming into application type event. We click on this one. Yeah, coming into application type event. See here, same thing. Aura colon event type is equal to application type event. Okay. Then coming into your component, this is a here the event it will fire. How we will say the event it will fire? How we will say the event it will fire? Because of they are registering that particular event is here. Registered, everything is same. Here type is equal to application means this is application type event. Why we are going with the application type event means we are passing the data to all components which are in the same application. Application means what? Just now we created one application, right? You now go to here. This is application, right? Just now we created one application. So in that application, suppose we want to pass the data to all the components, then we will just go and use application type event. Okay. 1 second. This is my application. Just now we created one application. App one. Okay, test lightning company. Yes, just now we created. This is one application. So in this application, multiple components are there. One event occurred, then I want to pass the data to other lightning component. But within the same application or outside of application also we can pass it. Okay. So now here you have to observe the same thing. Only one case here it will change here. We created application type event. Then now coming into here, everything is same, registered, everything is same. Then here you have to observe this tag only here we will use it. $a dot get this tag event dot component, this tag only we will use it. Okay, we will get the application type event by using this one. Now coming into here our lighting resource. Where is this component here? Child component, right? Child component. Okay, child component. Go to here, controller, and helper is there, right? Helper. Here you have to observe how we are getting component dot get event, right? This is component type event. Application type event, how we are getting $a dot get, this event we are trying to get $a dot get. Remaining thing is everything is same. We are setting the parameters and we are firing. Then we are firing, and this is nothing but a parent component. This is nothing but a parent component, and then see here we will call this is nothing but application. In this application we will call this is one component and this is another component. There is no relationship. When an event occurred in one component, how we are passing? See here, this is a listener. This is a listener to this particular event. So then immediately it will fire this action. Immediately it will fire action. The only one difference is here is nothing but how we are going to get application type event here. Here we are getting by using component dot get event, and here we are getting like this. Remaining thing is everything is same. Just create a lightning component, application type event. Go to here, application type event. Okay, go to here, how to create an application type event. Go to here, new and event, lightning event, application type event demo, application type event. Okay, and copy this name, click on the submit button. So we are created one event. We created one event. Okay, my event name is nothing but this one. So I'm just removing this description. Now the next one is this is my application type event. Then what we have to do? So I'm trying to declaring one attribute. Okay, I'm trying to declaring attribute. By using this attribute only, we are passing the data between components. Now we are trying to creating one component. What is the component? This is, we will call it as a child component, but a notifier component we will call it as a. So here what I will do, go to here, new lightning component, and here my component name is nothing but notifier, any name. Okay, notifier component. Okay, notifier component application. Okay, this is one component. Copy this one, click on the submit button. Okay, this is my notifier component one. Now here what we will do, I will just copy and paste this code. Okay, I will copy this and paste this code, and this is a simple application. Go to here. Now we have to register that particular event, right? Aura colon register, name is equals to any name, it doesn't matter, and the type is equal to for which event. Just now we created one event, right? That event we have to register. Go to here, this is my event. Try to save this one. Now coming into controller, whenever it will click on this button, what it will do, it will go to the controller, right? Go to the controller, again go to the controller. In the controller, see, this is my function, this is my function. Only one difference is here we are using here we are using this is syntax $a dot get. This is a event, this is event. Whatever we discuss, right? App event, one second, e dot c dot this event we are trying to getting, one second, what is the event name c colon a event. We will directly call this event. Okay, now go to here, c colon event, one second, yeah, c colon event. Let's register the event. Here we are directly calling the event. Coming into here, this is my event. Try to save this one. We are directly calling the event. Remaining thing, everything is same. It will fire. Once it will fire, then what we have to do? Go to another lightning component. Which lightning component wants to interact? Go to here. And this is not the subscriber. Okay. Notifier, notifier component, and the next one is handler component. In the terminology, handler component. Go to here. Handler component, handler component. Click on this one. Click on this one now. Go to here. Here, this is a handler component. Here, I'm trying to handler. Here, what we are doing? Handler. So for which event? This is the event, right? This is the event. Application type event. Application type event. Try to save this one. Now go to controller. Now go to controller. Now go to controller. And this is my, here, this is my setup. Go to here. Copy this one. Okay, try to save this one. Okay, now what I will do, we have to test. How to test? I will just go and put new lightning application. Okay, application type event testing. Okay, application type event test. Click on the submit button. So we created one app, right? Now what I will do, just now we created two components, right? Notifier component, notifier component, and notifier component, and application handler component. C colon handler component. And try to save this one. Now we have to test this one. Same thing. Everything is same, but here there is no relationships here. These are in the same application. These two lightning components are same application. Okay, that's why we are using application components. Suppose there is a child to parent relationship is there, then we have to go and use application type event. Sorry, component to type event. There is no relationship. All are in the same application. Now we want to pass the data, then we will just go and use application type event. And one more point, here you have to observe how many ways we will pass the data. Okay, in interviews they will ask how many ways we will pass the data. We will pass the data from in lightning aura. Okay, in lightning aura, child to parent, child to parent. Suppose we want to pass is nothing but component type event, component type event. In the same application, in the same application, okay, in the same application, lightning components are there. We want to pass the data application type event, application type event. And parent to child, I want to pass the data. That is also scenario, right? We will use aura colon method, okay, or aura colon attributes. I will share the examples for this one. This is a simple one, two components we have to declare and we have to use the method. Okay, parent to child, we want to pass the data aura colon method and aura colon attribute. Two components we have to declare, and by using aura method we will pass the data. We will pass the data, and otherwise directly we will use aura colon attribute. In interview, definitely they will ask this question. I will share this link also. And one more last one coming into lightning data service. Okay, lightning data service in aura. Okay, in aura, same concept, whatever the concepts are there in the visual force space, here also the same concepts. Okay, and the LWC also in the same concepts here. Lightning data service. Okay, lightning data service, this is like a standard controller. Suppose we want to so in the previous session you observed we opened a record, right? Okay, user is trying, we are collecting the data from the user. Once we collected the data from the user, we are creating a record, right? Once record is created, we are redirecting to that particular record, right? Now I want to open that particular record in edit form. Edit page, edit window we want, edit form we want to open. So here we will go and use this lightning data service. Okay, these are there. You have to copy and paste this, create one lightning component and try to execute this example. Try to execute this example. If you have any questions, let me know. This concept, all whatever what I'm trying to say is this aura colon method, aura colon attribute, and after that you have to go to this lightning data service. Okay, I will share the examples, one or two examples I will share. This is a simple one, and in interview also sometime they will ask. Okay, this is complete lightning. Okay, this is enough. This is enough. Okay, and this is for today's session, and the next session